Hello friends, welcome to EC Academy.
In this lecture, let us understand a problem on Bode plot. Here, a unity feedback control system is given. For this, we need to draw the Bode plot and we need to determine the gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency. Also, we need to comment on the stability of the system. So this is the transfer function that is given. So always remember this term in the transfer function should always be 1. So this term in transfer function should always be equal to 1. So that will be the standard time domain representation of the given transfer function. So let us do that. Let us write g of s is equal to, numerator will write 80 divided by, in this we will take 2 common. So it will be s into 2 into 1 plus s by 2, and from this term we will take 20 common. So 20 into 1 plus s by 20. So 2 into 20 it is 40. So 40 2 times we can cancel out this. So we can write this expression as 2 divided by s into 1 plus s by 2 into 1 plus s by 20. So this is the standard representation of the transfer function. So from this we can identify that there is a constant k which is gain value, right? So along with that, here s is equal to 0, there is one pole at the origin and there are two simple poles. So this is one simple pole and this is one simple pole. From this we can identify different factors. So we have identified k is equal to 2, and also there is one pole which is 1 by s, so which is a pole at origin. Okay, so this is the pole at origin. So you need to remember, due to this single pole there will be a minus 20 dB per decade slope at the origin. Since there is one pole, we will be having minus 20 per decade slope at the origin. If there are, let us say, two poles in the transfer function which is at origin, so we will be having minus 40 dB per decade slope at the origin. So if there are three poles at the origin, again we will be having minus 60 dB per decade slope at the origin. Since we are having one pole in this problem, so we will be having minus 20 dB per decade slope at the origin. Along with that, we are having two simple poles, so which is 1 divided by 1 plus s by 2. So for this we can write t1 is equal to 1 by 2. So here we have compared this equation with the standard equation as 1 divided by 1 plus s t. Okay, so t is equal to 1 by 2. Since we are writing the first simple pole, we will write this as t1 is equal to 1 by 2. So from this we can write frequency is inverse of time. So we can write omega c1 is equal to 1 by t1. So this frequency we call that as corner frequency. So 1 by t1 we can write it as 2 radians per second. So this is one corner frequency. So we are having one more simple pole. We can write that as 1 divided by 1 plus s by 20. So if we compare this with standard equation, so we'll get t2 is equal to 1 by 20. Therefore we can say omega c2 is equal to 1 by t2. So this is 20 radians per second. So these are the analysis which we need to do for all the problems. So whatever problem they give, so first step we need to do this analysis. Now we need to understand magnitude plot analysis. First step in magnitude plot analysis is to find 20 log of k. So k value is 2. So here k value is 2. So from this we can find 20 log of k. So from this we can find 20 log 2. So this value is approximately equal to 6 decibels. So 20 log k, we obtained it as 6 dB. So this line we need to plot as reference on the Bode plot. So while plotting the graph, we'll understand this. Next, we need to take terms, corner frequencies in ascending order, slope and actual change in slope. Okay. So here the first term is 1 by s. So we don't have any corner frequencies in this. So we'll write dash here. So slope for this one pole at the origin will be minus 20 dB per decade. So change in slope will take the same value because it is first term. So we'll write 20 dB per decade. So the next term is 1 by 1 plus s by 2. So for this we have a corresponding corner frequency which is 2 radians per second. And since s term is in denominator, okay, so we'll be having a slope as minus 20 dB per decade. So here you need to remember, while writing the slope, you need to observe the term s. Okay, so always remember, if s is in the numerator, we will be having plus 20 dB as slope. S in denominator will be having minus 20 dB as slope. S square in numerator will be having plus 40 dB as slope, and s square in denominator will be having minus 40 dB as the slope. If we have s cube in the numerator, we will be having plus 60 dB slope, and s cube in denominator will be having minus 40 dB slope. So here, since s is there in the denominator, we will be writing the slope as minus 20 dB. Now change in slope will be minus 20 minus 20, it will be minus 40 dB per decade. Again we will take the next term, which is 1 divided by 1 plus s by 20. So the corner frequency is 20 radians per second, and since again you can see here s is in the denominator, and that's why the slope will be minus 20 dB per decade. So change in slope will be minus 40 dB plus minus 20 dB, it will be minus 60 dB per decade. Now let us see phase plot analysis. In phase plot analysis, for each term which we are having, let us replace s with j omega. So this term 1 by s, we can write it as 1 divided by j omega. So for this we can find the phase as minus tan inverse of omega divided by 0. Since we are not having any real term, so it will be omega divided by 0. Here again you need to remember, while writing this phase plot analysis, we need to take negative tan inverse for poles, and we need to take positive tan inverse for zeros. So we don't have any zeros in this problem, so that's why we are having only poles. For poles we need to take minus tan inverse. So here tan inverse of omega divided by 0, it is tan inverse of infinity. So tan inverse of infinity, so tan inverse of infinity is 90 degree. So that's why we can write this as minus 90 degree. So for the second term, we can write that as 1 divided by 1 plus j omega by 2. So from this we can write minus tan inverse of omega by 2 by 1. So this is nothing but minus tan inverse of omega by 2. So omega by 2, which is imaginary term, divided by 1, which is real term. So for the third term, 1 divided by 1 plus j omega by 20. So we can write this as minus tan inverse of omega divided by 20 divided by 1. So which is equal to minus tan inverse of omega divided by 20. So we need to keep all these terms to find the actual resultant phase shift. We have two frequencies here, which is 2 and 20. So to plot the phase analysis, so we require some more frequencies. That's why what we can do, before 2 we can take a smaller frequency. We can start from 0.2, and in between we can take few frequencies like 5, 10 radians per second, then 20. After 20 we can take 40, then it can move up to infinity. So for all these frequencies we will find the phase value. Okay, So we can write a table where we will write the different frequencies in radians per second. Then we'll write minus 90 as it is here. So we'll write this term and then we'll write the last term here, and finally we'll find the resultant phase. So we'll write all these frequencies. So we'll write 0.2, then we'll write 2, then 5, then 10, then 20, then 40, then infinity. For all this frequency, this minus 90 will remain as it is, minus 90 degree, minus 90 degree, minus 90 degree. Up to infinity, it will be minus 90 itself. To calculate this tan inverse term, we can use the calculator. Let us write minus tan inverse of alpha A divided by 2. So instead of omega, we have taken alphabet A. So for this alphabet, we'll put different values of frequency. We'll press calculate. So first value which we need to calculate is 0.2. So this is the frequency for which we need to find the tan inverse value. So we'll take 0.2. So it is minus 5.71 degree. Then we'll find for 2, it is minus 45 degree. Then we'll find for 5, which is minus 68.19 degree. Then we can find for 10, it is minus 78.69 degrees. Then we'll calculate for 20. So it will be minus 84.28. Then we'll calculate for 40. It is minus 87.13. Then we'll calculate for infinity. So tan inverse of infinity, it is minus 90 degree. So in the same way, we can calculate for tan inverse of omega divided by 20. So we'll get the answer as minus 0.57 degree, then minus 5.71 degree, minus 14.03 degree. Then we'll get minus 26.56 degrees. Then we'll get minus 45 degree, then minus 63.43 degree. Then it is minus 90 degree for infinity. So finally, the resultant phase, we need to add all these phase value. So if we add all these terms, so we'll get minus 96.28 degrees. So if we add all these values, we'll get minus 140.71 degree. If you add all these values, we will get minus 172.22 degrees. So if you add all these values, we will get minus 195.29 degree. If you add all these values, we will get minus 219.28 degree. If you add all these values, again we will get minus 240.56 degree. Then it will be minus 270 degrees at infinity. So in magnitude plot, we need to take these slopes, minus 20 dB, minus 40 dB and minus 60 dB, and in phase plot we need to take all these resultant phase values which we obtained, and we need to plot the graph. Now let us plot magnitude and phase in semi-log sheet. In semi-log sheet, in x-axis, we will take frequency in a log form. So log of omega, and we'll start with 0.1 as the frequency value. So next division will be 0.2, 0.3 and so on up to 1. Then from 1 it is 2, 3 up to 10. After 10 it will be 20, 30, 40 and up to 100. After 100 it will be 1000. So likewise it is divided in log form. In y-axis we'll take gain in decibels, and each division is taken as 20 dB, and for phase margin we will take phase in degrees, and for each division we have taken 60 degrees. So first step is to draw the slope at omega is equal to 1 radians per second. So this slope will be reference slope for drawing the other value. So we'll draw 20 dB slope with reference line. Then we'll draw 40 dB slope. Then we'll draw 60 dB slope. So this slope will be the reference slope to draw the other slope values. First we need to draw the reference line at 6 dB, which is obtained from 20 log K. So this is 2 dB, 4 dB, and this is 6 dB. Let us draw the reference line at 6 dB. So this is the reference line which is obtained after finding the value 20 log K, which is equal to 6 dB. So we obtained slope at the origin as 20 dB. So to draw the slope at the origin, we'll take 20 dB plus this 6 dB. So it will be 26 dB. So from here 26 dB, we'll draw a slope of 20 dB at first corner frequency, which is 2 radians per second. So what we can do, we can place the scale here at 20 dB slope. Okay, we can place the scale here at 20 dB slope. Just we'll shift this to this point so that we'll get a point somewhere here at this point. Okay, so we'll draw the straight line. So this is minus 20 dB per decade slope at first corner frequency, which is omega C1. From first corner frequency up to second corner frequency, which is from 2 radians to 20 radians, we have a slope of 40 dB. So we are having 20 radians here. So this is 40 dB slope. So we'll shift this slope and we'll mark a point at the second corner frequency, which is 20 radians per second. So this is minus 40 dB per decade slope. This is the second corner frequency, which is 20 radians per second. So this is 2 radians. From this corner frequency, we need to take 60 dB slope. We need to draw 60 dB slope up to infinity value. So from this, we will be having a 60 dB slope. So this slope is minus 60 dB per decade slope. This is the magnitude plot. Now let us plot the phase. For 0.2 radians per second, we had the angle at minus 96.28 degrees, so around minus 96 degrees. Then at 2 radians per second, it is around minus 140.71 degrees, and at 5 radians per second, it is minus 172, somewhere here. So this is 5 radians. For that, correspondingly, it is minus 172. For 10 radians per second, so we will be having the angle at minus 195, and for 20 radians per second, we will be having the angle at minus 219, and for 40 radians per second, we have angle at minus 240. So at infinity, we had minus 270 degrees. So what you need to do, you can join this line with free hand, but it is better if you join this line using the scale. Okay, so use the scale and join the line so that you will get somewhat accurate values. So let us join these lines. So it will move to 270 at infinity. So this is the phase plot. The magnitude plot will intersect the reference line 0 dB at a point. So we call that point as gain crossover frequency, so which is around 2.1. So we got from this graph, we got that value as 2.1. So from this gain crossover frequency, we need to draw the straight line. So around 2.1 we need to draw the straight line. So let us draw the straight line. Correspondingly, it will intersect the phase plot, and this value in phase plot corresponding to gain crossover frequency, it will be phase margin. So from this graph we got, so this is 30 degree, so from here to here around 38 degree as phase margin. Now this phase plot will intersect the reference line, which is minus 180 degree at some point, and this value, it is known as the phase crossover frequency. So we got this value as 6.3 radians per second. Now from this point we need to draw a straight line towards magnitude plot. So let us draw the straight line towards magnitude. So this line will intersect the magnitude plot, and this region where it intersects the magnitude plot, we call that as gain margin. And from this graph we got the gain margin as 20 dB. So this is the Bode plot for the given problem, and from this Bode plot we found phase margin, gain margin, also we found phase crossover frequency and gain crossover frequency that is asked in the question. Now we need to comment on stability. Since omega GC is less than omega PC, gain crossover frequency is less than phase crossover frequency, hence we can say the given system is stable system. So the given system is stable. If omega GC is greater than omega PC, the system is unstable. If omega GC is equal to omega PC, this system is marginally stable. So from the Bode plot we understood that the given system is stable system. This is about the problem on Bode plot. Hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.